Landry, however, has been accused in a profile by Rolling Stone of injecting Christian nationalism in the state of Louisiana and pushing the state further and further to the right. Is Governor Landry correct? Joining us now is Marissa Streit, CEO of PragerU. Welcome back.
It's good to be here.
Your take on this whole situation?
So I am Jewish, and I am a supporter of what the governor is doing because I have taken a deep look at what we are seeing in our kids' classrooms, and you see everything from rainbow flags to drag queen hours to all kinds of really bad stuff that's happening in our schools. And I actually think that the Ten Commandments are a great thing. And sadly, our society has been manipulated to believe that the word separation of church and state are the same thing as separation from church and state, and it's not the same thing. And so while our government should not force anybody to have any particular religion, we should recognize that America was founded on these Judeo-Christian values, and part of understanding our cultural literacy and part of understanding Western civilization is understanding the Ten Commandments. And by taking out the Ten Commandments from our classroom, it has made these empty walls available for some bad stuff that has made it onto those walls. And I'm actually curious what America is thinking, truly, because how many parents are more bothered by having the Ten Commandments in their kids' classrooms than the rainbow flags or the drag queen hours? I mean, we're actually running right now a poll on PragerU.com, and I'm willing to bet that most parents are bothered by the latter and are in support of what the governor is doing in Louisiana. And I'd love to see the Ten Commandments back in our institutions because I think they're a good thing. They teach good things.
Well, I certainly believe the historical argument here is the strongest argument. It's one of those that allows it to get around this entire conversation that this is the establishment of a religion, because that's obviously against the First Amendment. The First Amendment's Establishment Clause says you cannot establish a religion and have the government recognize that religion. But by refocusing this on a historic conversation, saying this is historically where our founding fathers drew up our founding documents, I think that there's a much stronger argument there. That said, back in 1980, it's that seminal case, Stone v. Graham. It was that Supreme Court ruling in Kentucky that required this posting of the Ten Commandments in public school classrooms. That court found that the postings violated the First Amendment's Establishment Clause. How is Louisiana's efforts here different from the Stone Court's kind of three-pronged, famous lemon test down the road? Why is this different?
Well, I don't think that what the governor is trying to do is to force people to become Christian. I think that what we are trying to do, people like me, are advocating for young students to understand our nation's history. And I don't know how you understand American history without understanding that the founders did follow the Ten Commandments and they did read the Bible. And so to say that you can't have the Bible or the Ten Commandments in classrooms has been really the cornerstone behind why people don't understand American history and what we're founded upon. And it just created this entire confusion and blunder and, frankly, a vacuum for a lot of misrepresentations and lies about American history. And so if people want to read the Ten Commandments and not believe that it's God's word, that's on them. But to say that students can't read the Ten Commandments, even though it was part of our founding history, I mean, it's just not history.
Yeah, and we know full well, though they'll try and make a First Amendment argument about this, the left is so fundamentally against any teaching of real history.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.